Helen? Helen, stop! Helen!
Stop it, Helen.
Why'd she stick her fingers in my mouth?
'Cause she mad you talking all day when she can't hear nothing.
If she can't hear it, then how she know talk coming out of my mouth? I think she trying to talk. Now she going crazy, eating herself.
Stop that. Helen, stop it. Helen, Helen, stop it.
Help! 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 They're trying to kill us! She's trying to kill us again!
Helen? Helen! Stop, Helen! Stop it! Stop it! Okay, give Mother the scissors, Helen. Helen, give Mother the scissors, Helen. Okay. There now. Okay. It's my pretty girl, huh? Well, here we are. Here's Father and Aunt Hev. I saw James. I hoped you went boiling again.
No.
Oh, Katie, we all love Helen. But surely you must see what an effect she is having on your household. Why, James and Arthur can barely speak a civil word. And all your time is given over to the girl. You hardly ever have time for your new baby. James is right. You and Arthur must do something, and soon.
What can we do, Evelyn? The only thing left to do is to take Helen to an asylum. And Kate would never stand for it.
Well, have you tried?
We have taken her to every hospital in 2 states. No one holds out any hope.
What about that Dr. Chisholm up in Baltimore? I read an article in your very own newspaper, Arthur. They say he has cured many cases of blindness that other doctors have given up on. Now, why not write to him?
And have Kate's heart broken again.
I'm prepared for my heart to break any number of times, Captain.
I'll write to him myself if you like, Katie.
There isn't going to be any cure. And the sooner we accept that fact, the better off we'll all be.
I will never accept it, Captain. I can't.
I'm going to the prentice. Now, look,
Helen?
I can't turn my back for a moment.
Arthur, Helen knows a lot more than you think about what goes on in this house.
Nothing is solved by running all over the country every time some quack doctor gets his name in the paper.
Nothing is solved by running to the office either.
Kid, darling, what can anyone do? The kindest thing we could do would be to find a sanitarium in a beautiful spot where she would be taken care of.
No, never.
Oh, she tore off my buttons.
It's eyes. She wants the doll. She wants the doll to have eyes.
I'm sorry, Evelyn. Just tell me what it'll cost to have the buttons replaced, and
I know she does.
Oh, don't mind about that. What are a couple of buttons if it makes Helen happy? I'll sew them on if you like.
Oh, Helen! Helen! So you cannot do things like that, okay?
Why? She can have the little things that make her happy.
if you won't send her away,
It's okay.
then we must find some way of confining her.
Oh, you want to lock her away in the attic like some sort of mad woman? She wants to talk.
All right. I'll write to Dr. Chisholm.
I know.
Dr. Chisholm could do nothing for the girl and refer them to Dr. Alexander Graham Bell. As the girl is young and the parents are not willing to send her to us,
I have put you up for the role of governess.
Governess. Or nursemaid. We both knew you'd get rid of me one of these days.
You've accomplished so much here. What, when you first came to us, you couldn't even spell your name. Are your eyes still so painful?
No, it's my ears, sir. Tell me about the child. Is she bright? Or dull? Can she be taught?
She's given to tantrums, they say.
So am I. Maybe you should warn the Kellers about me.
I've told them nothing of your history except your qualifications for the job. Here is the money for your train ticket. And here is a gift from all of us with our love. We're going to miss you. This is my last chance to counsel you, Annie. You lack tact and the talent to bend to others. You're hard to fool and harder to please. But all the same.
You want your mama, don't you, Missy? Captain Keller wouldn't like this if he saw it, but what's one little candy gonna hurt?
What's that, sir? Ma'am? Don't worry about it, sir.
Miss Sullivan,
Yes,
I'm James Keller.
I had a brother, Jimmy. Are you Helen's?
Half-brother. You have a trunk?
Yes.
Henry, Hussey. Come on, Miss Sullivan.
Miss Sullivan, I'm so relieved. We were beginning to get a little bit worried about you.
The man who sold me that ticket ought to be tied to the tracks.
I'm Catherine Keller. I'm Helen's mother.
You didn't bring Helen. I was hoping you would.
Well, her father wanted to spend the afternoon with her, actually. They so enjoy their time together.
Hey, you should be ashamed. Miss Sullivan, you'll find it in the South we make up these little stories just to amuse each other. I hope you won't mind.
Welcome to Ivy Green, Miss Sullivan. I trust you had a good journey.
I had several, thank you. Where's Helen?
Oh, Miss Annie, we've put you in the upstairs corner room. Now, if there's any breeze at all this summer, you're going to feel it.
I'll take my suitcase, thanks.
I have it, Miss Sullivan.
No, please, let me.
I wouldn't think of it.
I have something in it for Helen. I needn't be treated like a guest. Now, when may I see Helen?
Well, there she is. That's Helen.
She seems very rough, Kate. Why didn't she take her glasses off?
Well, the Institute said that the light hurts her eyes. Apparently, she was nearly blind as a child.
Blind?
Well, she's had 9 operations on her eyes.
And they expect one blind person to teach another one?
Those are mine. Yes, yes. right then, Helen. Doll will be your first word. It's as good as any. D. O. L. L. Doll. Doll. It has a name. D. O. L. C. A. K. E. Cake. C. A. K. E. Very good. Cake. D. O. L. L. D. O. L. L. Very good, Helen. Very good. Good first lesson. Very well done. Very well done. Oh! To the best of my knowledge, no one in this house has ever tried to control the girl. But how can I discipline her without breaking her spirit? But if she won't obey me... Oh! Oh. Ink. It has a name. Pen. Pen. No, Helen.
No, never you mind, Miss Annie. It's not the first.
No, Helen.
The captain thinks that you're spelling everything that Helen does is like spelling to a fence post.
You talk to the baby, don't you? Does she understand what you mean? Not yet, but she will someday if she hears enough words. I'm letting Helen hear the words.
How long will it take?
1,000,000 words, maybe. Hen. Did you see that? I spelled pen. She spelled cake. She wants to see if I can tell the difference. There is nothing impaired in that head, Mrs. Keller. Helen is smart and angry. I can use that.
Can you teach me those letters?
I'll start tomorrow. If both of us are spelling to her, that makes only about 500,000 words each.
Oh, Helen!
Helen! reward for stabbing me?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Miss Sullivan, breakfast is ready. Shall I get the ladder?
That's enough, Jimmy.
Oh, good morning, Miss Annie.
Good morning.
Morning. I hope you've settled in comfortably, Miss Sullivan.
Thank you, Captain. I have.
Please help yourself.
Miss Annie, if there is ever anything that you need, please let us know.
Tobacco prices are up, Father. We should earn a nice profit this year for a change.
Used to be a man could make a good living running a farm.
Well, perhaps if you leave your pet newspaper and come show me my business, we can make some real money.
Not in front of Miss Sullivan.
Why not in front of Miss Sullivan?
Miss Annie, Helen is used to helping herself from our plates.
I'm afraid I'm not used to it.
No, of course not.
Oh!
Viney, please bring Miss Sullivan another plate.
There's nothing wrong with my plate, Captain, only that Helen's hands don't belong in it.
One plate is hardly worth spoiling our breakfast over.
You see, she's just going to keep trying until she gets away.
I must insist that you let the girl go. Thank you.
Oh!
Oh, look, now she's hurt herself.
No, she hasn't. I know a tantrum when I see one. And a badly spoiled child.
Miss Sullivan.
Please show some pity.
For this kind of behavior. Pity's the one thing she doesn't need. The whole house waits on her hand and foot.
Here, here.
You stay out of this.
Letting Helen have her own way, it's really such a small thing.
Small. It seems you've all decided it's easier to feel sorry for Helen than to teach her how to behave.
Well, I've not seen that you've taught her anything yet, Miss Sullivan.
Quite right, Captain. Well observed. I'll start right now if you'll leave the room.
Leave the room?
Yes, please, Captain. Right now, if you leave the room.
Miss Sullivan.
If you're not willing to stand up to one tantrum, I cannot teach her anything. Mrs. Keller, you asked if there was anything I needed.
Yes, but
I need to be alone with Helen. With Helen. Right now.
Miss Sullivan?
Oh, Captain. James. Captain, may I speak with you outside?
Give us a moment, please.
This is absurd.
Arthur, I am sure that she is only trying to do what is best.
I will not have my house turned into a circus.
Helen ate from her own plate with a spoon, all by herself. And she folded her napkin. The room's a wreck, but she folded her napkin. I'll be in my room, Mrs. Keller.
Step.
And if what happened this morning wasn't enough, Helen can't stand to be near her. Things have gotten worse, and I want you to give her notice.
No.
Well, if you won't, I must.
Good evening, Captain. Mrs. Keller.
Miss Sullivan, I find that I am not satisfied with this... That is, this arrangement. Will you please take off your glasses? I find it very difficult to speak to you with them on.
Of course.
If you must, keep them on. Now, Miss Sullivan...
Please tell me, Captain, is the little house in the grove of trees being used for anything?
The garden house?
This is just what I am talking about. Miss Sullivan, if you expect to stay on here, there must be a change in your manner. And you must convince me that there's the slightest hope of teaching a child who flees from you like the plague. You could show some sympathy.
You're absolutely right, Captain. There is not the slightest possibility of teaching a child who runs away from me. It is hopeless here. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can get to a solution.
It is not hopeless. Helen could talk by the time she was 10 months old. Before this illness, she was such a good child.
Yes, she was an extraordinary child.
I believe that. But she's not that child anymore. I've seen pets behave better than she does, and it's your pity that's the cause of it.
I beg your pardon.
I'm afraid your love for Helen is a greater handicap to her than her blindness or her deafness.
Annie, before you came, we spoke of putting Helen in an asylum. Please don't give up.
Obviously, Miss Sullivan thinks it's hopeless.
Here! It's hopeless here! I'm only just beginning. Please let me show you. Please follow me. I believe I can only make progress with Helen if I have complete charge of her.
But you already have that.
No, I mean day and night. She must depend on me.
For what?
For everything. Her food, her clothes, her playtime, her sweets. All of these things are tools that I can use to reach her.
And how do you propose to do that when she runs away from you?
If she can run to you, I have no hope. Which is why I must live with her somewhere else. You can bring Helen here after a long carriage ride. She won't know where she is. And you can still see her every day, provided she does not know you're here.
How long would you keep her?
As long as it takes. I know this is the way. And, Captain, I cannot be rude to you if you're not around to interfere with me.
Am I to understand that if...
Percy! Wake up. I need your help. Try again. Try again.
Let me go. She gonna pinch me. I think she's trying to talk.
She can talk, but she's got to use her hands. Here, let me show you. She's mad at me now, so she doesn't want to play, but she knows a lot of letters. C, A, K, E. Cake. C, A, K, E. She spells cake, she gets cake. She doesn't know what the word means yet, but she will. Percy? We don't need her. How would you like to learn one she doesn't know? M is easy. I is even easier. Just the pinky up. L. K. M. Why should I talk to you? I'm teaching Percy. M. I. L. K. No. I'm teaching Percy. Oh, you're jealous. M. I. L. K. At least I'm back to where I can touch you. You can go back to bed, Percy. Thank you. Water. No, not apple. Water. Why is it so hard to understand? We were just about to have lunch.
How is she, Miss Annie?
Fine. I taught her that stitch yesterday. Now I can't get her to stop.
It's so quiet in the house without her. Well, when the captain and James aren't bickering, that is.
I notice they don't get along.
Oh, well, they used to when James's mother was alive. But then Helen came along and, well, she takes up so much of our attention.
Soup. Oh, such a lady. She'd rather starve than eat without a spoon.
You have taught her so much in a week and a half.
It's not enough. Obedience is not enough. She knows so many words. If only she knew what they meant.
And how will she learn?
The way a bird learns to use its wings, it has to come.
But how, Miss Annie?
I need more time.
Alone with her?
Yes. Why not?
Because I can't.
Spell it. If she ever learns, you're the first person she's going to want to talk to. She needs me. She needs me too.
No. You have 3 days, Annie. That's all you have.
E-G-G. Egg. The word is the thing. It has a name. Bird. The bird is coming out of its shell, Helen. You come out too. Horse. Horse eats apple. There was someone to help me. I feel I need a teacher as much as Helen does.
Miss Sullivan, I've brought Helen a playmate. It's a kind of graduation present.
Please, wait outside, Captain. Dog.
Well, Miss Sullivan, 2 weeks are up.
Not until 5 o'clock.
Oh, what difference can half a day make? You don't know how eager we are to have her back.
I do know. It's my main concern.
You've done wonders for her. And you've done us a great service. I've actually missed her. I owe that debt to you.
Pay it to Helen, Captain. Give her another week.
Now, look what you've done for her already. She's well behaved. She seems quite contented. Certainly cleaner.
She's cleaner? Is that what you care about? She's learning to talk, Captain. The words are in her fingers already. I can't risk her unlearning it when she goes back to her old life in the house.
Oh, look. What is she spelling?
Water.
Miss Sullivan, that dog doesn't know what words are any more than she does. The dog's happy enough, though. God may not have meant for Helen to speak, Miss Sullivan.
I mean her too, Captain. Give her half a week.
You have until 5 o'clock. Kate cannot bear to be separated from her for another night.
No. Not water. Dog. Dog. This is water. How do I make her understand? How do I tell you? I don't know anything. Take her out of my hands and it all comes apart.
She is the guest of honor. Bring her plate back.
If she were a seen child, you would not stand for this.
Well, she's not. I think some allowances are called for. Bring her plate back, please. Thank you. There. Now let's start all over.
No. 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 Don't get up.
What are you doing?
I treat Helen like a seeing child because I ask her to see. I expect her to see.
Where are you taking her?
To make her refill this pitcher.
You let her.
Where we are? You recognize this place? Pump. No. Your mother's not here. Pump. Water. It has a name. Water. Yes. 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 Water. Yes. Pump. Ground. Yes. Bush. Flower. Captain! Mrs. Keller, come quickly! She knows! Mrs. Keller! She knows! She knows! Mother! Yes! Yes. Captain. Papa. Teacher. Yes. I love Helen.